Hello everyone and welcome to Best Side Cycling. In this video we're going to go over my experience riding the Flying Wheel Century as I find my friend Jim, a perfect diesel engine of a captain, together with me, a climbing stoker, as we embark on our first ever tandem experience. So let's see how it goes.
I'm clipped in, I'm ready. Alright, 3, 2, 1. Oh my god, never gonna die. So we're setting out on the tandem now. I am on the back of Stoker, so I have the freedom to talk and ride. And we are cooking. We're just chilling here on East Lake Sammamish, and the tandem is already working. So the goal today is that Jim has an afternoon appointment. We're gonna just have to go as fast as we can and see where we end up. On your left.
And anyone who's done this ride knows that the biggest challenge of this course comes right away in the form of Inglewood right here as we take it on with the big two wheels. As we get into this climb, this is about a 10% grade for 300 feet, and we are definitely cooking as we tried our best to catch up with the group. We have a triple chain ring in the front to give us some gears, and I am doing my job as a climbing stoker, giving Jim all I got to let us go. And this is sort of funny because you always imagine tandem being super slow up hills, but we are unleashing tandemonium. We have a climbing tandem here. Jim is not to be underestimated. He's a way stronger rider than I am. Together we are putting massive power through this bike.
Hey, we're almost there, Jim. We gotta keep going. We need to follow what I got. Oh my goodness. Hey Nick.
Hey Nick. Doing it on the tandem, I love it.
Alright, we're almost there, almost to the crest, let's go!
Shout out huge to the cameraman here, GGY, that you'll see throughout the video. He rode this one-handed catching up with us, and he was putting in work, as you can tell. This was not an easy climb by any stretch, and we are almost there. We're so close. So I think we answered the question, will it climb? Yes, the tandem bicycle indeed can climb, and I'm excited to take it on some steeper hills later this summer.
Little backstory between me and Jim. This is only our 4th time riding a tandem bike, and yeah, it's been surprisingly an interesting learning process. It was way easier than I expected, because before when I rode tandem it was pretty bad, but I think it helps if you have a much bigger rider on the front compared to the Stoker. I think you get away with a lot more stuff. This is my view. It's not a bad view, but it's a tandem view. Let's go team! Oh, this is smooth. This is nice now. Nice. All right, let's go. Want some of that trap? Then get on the wheel. Yeah. It's a hill again. I think we're gonna be past now. But all right, see you guys later.
And all these riders are basically what started from a friend group has blossomed into a little community. I like joking and calling them the racing division because they are just so fast and do such crazy rides. But honestly, Best Side Cycling, I believe, is for everyone, and we actually have kits that are available to order right now. So I'll put some details in the description below as we make it here to the first rest stop.
But yeah, here's the bike again. This bike is really heavy. I can't lift this bike by myself, but we're doing good, really well on pace. We'll see how other Sundays go.
So after a quick stop, we decided to keep rolling through. This Century route is definitely one to even try out on your own. You just get a lot of classic Pacific Northwest views with lush greenery, even in the summers, farmland, and all the such.
Oh yeah, this is my favorite view. Check this out. Woo! That's what's that, Bob's Farm? We all slowed as a group because there's a pair of deer on the road. Oh, really fast. Bambi.
And we were just cruising along, and even in this short ride, we were just getting exponentially better at being coordinated. As I first thought that this was going to be an extremely hard problem, but I don't know, it just came by really easy for us. My ability to trust Jim, and he just had super steady handling that just made us into a bit of a dream team as we were flying towards the next rest stop Incarnation at mile 50.
We're doing good so far. What's our average speed? Should I even look? Let's look. We've been going pretty fast, so 19.55 miles together, and that was a hilly section included, so hopefully this section will be even faster, but doing good so far. Let's go get a rest stop. As always, there's a long restroom line. How do you feel?
I feel good.
Cameraman GGY, the MVP today.
Weather's beautiful.
Beautiful day, really nice. As good as it can be.
And then we now head into what's my favorite part of the course as we pass over the Tote River on this really scenic bridge. And then what's next is basically all these little winds and curves near the Snoqualmie River, but the sights are immaculate. They are some of my favorite when everything is just sort of open around you and you see all the greenery, just breathing in the fresh air. And I think this is what recreational cycling is all about, as yeah, this is our whole setup. It's just so funny just looking at me on a tandem. I always wanted to try it, and now it's finally been made. As I was just having a huge blast. I really had no idea what to expect being on the back of a tandem bicycle, but it's just a lot of fun.
We just turned off to keep going towards North Bend. Originally, we had to be back at 12 and we weren't sure we were gonna make the century, but we're cooking, so we're gonna go for it. We're on probably one of the busiest roads for this whole course. It's just a long highway. On your left. On your left. Definitely one of the most stressful parts of the course, but once you get to North Bend, see Mount Si, that's when it's all worth it. Big traffic block now. See if we can get through. Oh, it's gonna be really narrow. Let's see if we can make it. Whoop. Whoop. That was a lot closer than it looks. Alright, so now we're gonna be passing Snoqualmie Falls here on the right. You have to walk in a little deeper to actually see it, but this is definitely a stop. People tend to like to wait here because it's the end of a long climb. But that's right, that's here, Snoqualmie Falls Park.
And then you soon make it to the city of Snoqualmie, where it's just a nice quaint area with a lot of stops if you want it, as we make this 20-mile loop passing by some cool views. This field here sometimes filled to the brim with elk, which is really nice, but there was one other view that I was really looking forward to.
Oh, look at the mountain, it's here! Right here on this bridge, and you see Mount Si, woo! And here is our bike. So figure this is a good place to do a little bit of a bike check. So this is I don't know exactly, an old Cannondale RT 2000. We got some old school rim brakes on here, and yeah, we're all set up. And then today featuring my new Best Side Cycling Bevo bottles. You can let me know about that, but very limited run. We got this drum brake that's not working. We got a rack and my saddle and cockpit here. Funny thing about these handlebars is that these are actually Brompton bars, so yeah, it's set up this way so that I wouldn't impede Jim's riding. But yeah, this is his setup, a much more nice looking drop bar. But this is going fantastically, way better than I would have expected. So, and we got a beautiful view too. Another favorite spot of mine, here right next to the Snoqualmie River. Check that view out. It's beautiful. And now we're in the Tandem Zone. Just some flats and downhills. It's about 10:30 right now. We're 72 miles in, and feeling great actually. I think the weather is doing a huge part in that. And honestly, riding in tandem is a lot funner than I expected it.
Especially when you're going downhill. As we head back to Falls City, we have a decline. But I'll honestly admit that this was the scariest part of the whole experience. Out of all the times I had to trust my captain the most, going downhill was it. He was taking it gracious on me, taking it fairly easy, as we didn't really fully understand the limits of the traction and everything, but we made it in one piece.
Last stop for us. Oh, yo. Oh, let's go in. We have finished 80 miles. We're still averaging about 19 and a half miles, and we are gonna make it hopefully before noon. So we're gonna go press on now. Final 20 miles left to go. Let's go rolling. Tandemonia. Ready, go. Come on. Head up. Okay.
Those of you that have ridden the course, you know there's some good gradients headed back right over to Toothy Hill. Then you finally get a nice ride back into the finish line. So the other thing that we haven't really figured out is how to stand super well. But yeah, we've made do, and I gotta say that my love for climbing hasn't changed at all, even on a tandem bicycle. I think it's just as fun, with an even bigger payout on the other end.
Flying down this last stretch of East Lake Sammamish. We're holding the highest gears and slight downhill. Perfect opportunity, and we're gonna be there really soon.
We somehow reunited with our friends, and Jim and I had the same exact thought. We're gonna give them a proper lead out.
Alright, let's go, let's go!
And what ensued was probably the hardest couple of minutes I pedaled in a long time trying to lead out this train. But yeah, after that effort we were severely dropped, but we have made it back to Marymore Park.
Let's go into the finish line, tandem style century ride, done. Woo-wee. Average speed 19.4 miles on our first time riding this tandem.
6 hours of trust.
6 hours of trust, so we got it. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. Hope you enjoyed it. And we're gonna do this again, right?
Yeah, sure.
We'll do it again.